Alright guys, Honey Jefe here. This is my recap. Let me try to get it out of this. This 610. So you can kind of guess which ones got the treatments. And it ain't all of them, but it's a lot of them. So I had one dead out. So I had 14 hives. Had one dead out. This once again is the Cow Pasture Apiary. Let me turn this way. Sorry, I'm tired. I can't get my glasses to work. They seem to be charged. Anyway, hives 1 through 6 I treated for mites. The 2 that had the honey excluder, I took those off. The honey excluder's off. It would be the single deep with a honey excluder, not a honey excluder, just an excluder, and then a medium on top of that. I took the queen excluders off, and that's okay. The one that's got all the bearding, hive number 4, that had quite a bit in the honey. I say honey super, it's what I usually use for honey supers. But in the top box, it had quite a bit of honey in there, where the second one was just a bunch of comb. But the second one had a 2-frame feeder on the bottom, and so I filled it up. The third one, the double deep, the third one actually had a single frame feeder, I think, and I filled that one up. I think the bottom, the deep on frame number 4, or hive number 4, I think it had an internal feeder too, and I filled it up. So I filled them all up. Anyway, hive number 1 looked good. The honey super up there looks good. The actual honey super itself. So I gotta say this out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I had 5 packages that I was able to use for 6 of the first 6 hives, because they each come with 2 strips, and for a single deep you just use 1. So I was able to spread out the 5 packages between 6. And so after that I took a break. Things got a little confusing. I decided to come over to this side, and there were 2 hives that I was concerned that didn't have a lot of bee activity. And it was the third from the right, and the one right next to it would be the second from the right. So that would be at hive number 13 and 14. Hive number 13 was a dead out, had all kinds of wax moths in there and small hive beetle larvae, so I just stacked it up behind the deal there. Let the bees rob it out. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. The one that was right next to it, not 14, but hive number 12, I found brood in there. And so what I decided to do after I checked the 2 hives to make sure, or the 1 hive to make sure it was found out it was a dead out, my goal was to take the hives that were just double deeps, the ones that didn't have any honey supers, and I was going to check those, treat them, and then put a honey super on top of them, because I had 2 hives that had 2 honey supers. So I was going to take 1 off of each one and just put it on the double deeps. That was my goal. So I was going to check those 2 double deeps. Well, I did. Both double deeps had brood. One had a ton of bees, one had just a few. I had to do some arranging. I had to switch some boxes around because all the brood was in the top box. A lot of dry honey, a lot of dry comb in the bottom. I switched some full frames of honey from one of the ones with the double deep because it looked honey bound, and I put it in the other one. I just did a lot of that. Anyway, I didn't want to add a honey super to the weaker hive, which would be hive. So if this one was 15, 14, and this dead out 13, number 12 had brood, and but it was on the top box. I moved it down to the bottom. Added a few frames of honey, like I said, in the top box. But I didn't want to add a honey super to it because I just felt the population was too low. I did treat them with a full treatment. Probably could have got by with just one. Probably could have broken the whole box down to just to a 5-frame nuke, but I didn't do that. But the one 3 spaces over to the left, that was the other double deep with no super, I believe, and it had a lot of bees, and so I moved one of the honey supers over. Well, one of the hives I had the honey super, 2 honey supers, the double honey supers, I couldn't find any brood. I found lots of honey in the top brood box, lots of bees. It was heavy. Couldn't find any brood up there. Didn't find any brood on the bottom. It looked like it was kind of dry on the bottom. I switched them around, and that's when I discovered I can't find any brood. But I'm not sure that it's absolutely queenless. I don't know. I miss the eggs a lot. I've made that mistake several times. Broken them all down, and or it just came back and it was full of brood. So I'm hoping that's the case, but I did switch it around a little bit. I did treat them for mites. That's the one with the white bottom and the two in the let's see if I can point to it right here. That one had a double deep. Now it's just got a single deep. And I moved crap, I'm forgetting it all now. Anyway, so for sure the ones I have not treated is number 15, the one on the end. I did come back and treat number 14. Found like 1 frame of brood. Moved that box down. It was in the top box. I moved it down to the bottom. I took both I took both honey supers. I had 2 honey supers. Took them off. They're in the back of the truck. They just got scant amounts of nectar, and I don't know why I ever added a super. The hive was a lot stronger than what it was. Apparently it is not. So I just removed that space. Put the brood in the bottom box, put the dry comb right above it. Gave them some pro winter feed, treated them for mites, full treatment. That's why they're bearding out there, but you see it's a small cluster compared to the rest of these guys. So that one's been treated, but the one on the far right has not been treated. Number 2 from the far right has been treated. Number 3 now number 3 has been treated. I don't think the number 4 has been treated. I think number 5 and number 6 has been treated, and the number 7 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't think that one's been treated, but you can tell all the other ones have been treated. So I did a count earlier, and the camera wasn't recording. And so when I did that count, I had not treated the 1 second from the right there. But when I put my stuff up, I'm looking for my hive tool. I can't find my silver hive tool with a J hook on it, so I've been looking for it. I dropped it somewhere in there, and so I realized that hive looked a little bit weaker. So I was like, well, this has got double supers on there, and this was a stronger hive, but it doesn't look very strong. So I looked in the top super and didn't see any bees, and looked in the next one, didn't see any bees, and saw a few bees in there, so I treated it. So I'm trying to remind myself which ones need treatment. Definitely the one on the far right. That's the only thing I can think of. And definitely not the first 6. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all that beard. So number 7 probably needs treatment. 8 doesn't look like it. 9 probably needs a treatment. Number 10 probably needs treatment. But crap, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to just break them all down. Starting off with that one on the right. When I come back and look for the VarroxSan strips in there. If they got VarroxSan strips in there, I know I need to go further into it. It's been a long day, man. It's been a long day, and I didn't expect to get this tired and this hot, but man, it's worn me out, and I cannot think straight. I guess I didn't hydrate right. I wasn't expecting to do that. You know, earlier I just drove right over that thing. I'm always going like, oh, look, there's a T-post. I drove right over that sucker today, and it scratched at the bottom of my truck underneath. I know it did. I could hear it. You can hear it on the recording. It's awful. Cows tearing up my stuff. Anyway, so guys, if you want to be a beekeeper, think you can handle this stuff better than me, then go for it. Look up honeyjefe.com. That's honey with a J. And Jeff with one F between 2 E's. That's honey Jefe. It means honey boss. Go to honeyjefe.com. Look me up on Facebook. Shoot me a message, guys. Y'all have a great one. This is my office.